Hello, I'm AJ Ganger. Joining me now for our winter sports preview is our head varsity wrestling coach, Hunter Bryant. Hunter, thank you for taking the time to join us here on Media Day.
Absolutely.
Going into your fourth year as coach, we got a pretty full team over here. How's our team looking so far early off?
Good. We have a young team this year. I think we have 14 freshmen, then 4 sophomores, 4 juniors, and 4 seniors. So compared to last year, we're young, but we do have kids that have been in the program for a handful of years that have been working hard. So it's just, from November 15th through sectionals tournaments at the end of February, that's where we got to grow and get better at and do our thing.
And, this year there's been a lot of rule changes coming to the high school and junior high levels of the sport. There's no longer a 2-point takedown.
Right.
It's now a 3-point takedown. So takedowns mean more.
Right.
Back points, a 2 counts 2, a 3 counts 3, and a 4 counts 4.
Right.
And then on the out of bounds, you're wrestling just like college on the out of bounds rules. What are these rule changes? Do you think they're going to be an advantage for you guys or at a disadvantage?
I think it's going to be a big advantage. We're a big takedown team anyways. We kind of rely on that takedown, the hard hand fight for 5 minutes of a match, and that 6 minute in that tight match, find your takedown. So that 3-point takedown is going to be a game changer. We had a couple guys last year that were not good on top bottom at all, and so they rely on their takedowns. So if you can get 3 takedowns, be up 9-2 going into the second period, you're kind of cruising your way through the next 2 potentially. And then, throw the near fall points on top of that. Max K just graduated last year. I think that he would have had a lot of tech falls last year with a takedown and 4 backs, let him go 4 backs. And I think that makes the sport a lot more fun, a lot more interesting. And I think it works well in our favor because we attack hard and riding that line. And even for the out of bounds rule factor, guys trying to dive out of bounds. If you have a toe in or a pinky in, you're still wrestling.
Yeah.
So there's no fleeing the mat, really. You can grab a guy dragging back in and continue to wrestle.
You're still fleeing the mat. It just depends on who.
A lot less. Right. A lot less of it because you can make them fight you in the middle.
You didn't get to wrestle these kind of style of rules. Me and you, we grew up with the old school. You're out of bounds when a toe goes out of bounds.
Right.
It's 2-point takedown, all things like that. But we've seen this in the college level and now making its way to the high school level. Do you like that it's moving forward like that? Do you think it gets these kids more ready for the college level of wrestling in that style?
Absolutely. That style, the points, the mat awareness on the edge of the mat, I think it all prepares them for the next level. And it gives kids that initiative, guys that are mat wrestlers, hey, I can get taken down and I can get reversed and we're tied up going into the next period. In contrast, if I get taken down and I reverse you, I'm still down a point.
Yeah.
So I think it just creates a lot more action, a lot more fun on your feet to have that 3-point takedown. I think it's going to change the excitement of wrestling.
I think so too, and it's going to incentivize people to score more.
Points,
That's exactly why the rules were changed to begin with, to
Absolutely.
incentivize more scoring.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about your seniors. You said you have 4 seniors on this year's team. Lay them out for me. Let me know who they are.
We'll go from lightest up. We got Olivia Friend. Liv, she comes from a wrestling family. Her dad, he was a 2-time state qualifier, Jeb, I believe. His name is Jeb, but 2-time state qualifier. She wrestled last year, was her first year, and also had a very good year for her first year of wrestling. She's a senior now, worked hard all summer. She's hoping to make a good run this season and hopefully get to the state tournament on the girl side of it. Next, we got Madden Thompson. Madden's a second-year wrestler. He's had some health issues in the past that hindered him, but I'll tell you what, you watch the kid work, and there's not a doubt in mind that the kid's a wrestler, no doubt. Who we got next? Logan Wells. Logan, this is his 3rd year wrestling with us. He wrestled a little bit in youth, took probably 4 or 5 years off, started again sophomore year with us, and he's just a hard worker. Works hard, he gets after it. He's got to be better at pushing through matches and being tough, but he's just another example of nitty-gritty wrestling, our style. And then our 4th senior is Alex Holt. Alex is up to 157 this year from 138 last season. He's a big kid, lifted a lot this summer. Another one that was in here all summer with us, training, getting after it. And I think that he's a kid that's going to surprise a lot of wrestlers in matches because of he has an unorthodox style. I'll be wrestling him sometimes, and he just does weird stuff because he's double jointed. I think he might be triple jointed, and he's funky, and it's going to surprise a lot of people. And those are kind of the guys leading our team at this point. Along with you got Nikolai K, returning district qualifier. He got big also. He's hoping to make some noise this year, which I definitely expect him to.
He's at least gotten 3-4 feet taller. I will say that.
He weighs 160 pounds. He's big now, which is good. And then we got Evan Hewitt behind him. Those guys are kind of the standard of just being a dog in the room was kind of our thing. We want people just to work hard and get after it at the end of the day.
Last thing I'll ask you about before I let you go here, talk about the youth program. I know you've been building that for a few years.
Yes.
It's been growing and growing. Talk a little bit about how that's been going.
Our youth numbers are crazy this year. I told you our youth number yet? We have 102 youth wrestlers this year.
Wow.
Yes. And it's
compared to what it was a few years ago, that's
correct,
insane.
Correct. I think every year we basically went from 65-ish, 75-ish. Last year was 85-ish. Now it's almost 105.
Yeah.
So of course, we got to retain those kids. We got to keep them loving the sport. The youth level, we want to win matches, but we want them to leave practice and want to come back the next day or go be excited to wrestle on Sunday. So we have a lot of kids, but we also have 17, 18 youth coaches that are committed. So as long as we keep those kids engaged and working hard, it's going to show. Like in our 8th grade class now, that was our first true youth class, and we have a couple kids in the 8th grade class that I think they're going to develop into great high school wrestlers because they came up under the program for 4 or 5 years at that point.
Well, Hunter, thank you again for taking
Absolutely.
the time, man. And again, if you guys want to check out our wrestling team, come out here to the field house. I know you guys got a few home meets as well
correct.
this year. There'll be a Covington meet. I know that I will gladly throw Hunter out of if he gets on my nerves because I'll be officiating it.
I might.
But anyway, thanks, man. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to a couple of our key wrestlers when we return. Joining me now is some of our wrestlers here at the pit. Well, I'm going to have them introduce themselves and tell me the year that they are.
I'm Olivia Friend, and I'm a senior.
I'm Nikolai Kay, I'm a junior.
I'm Logan Wells, and I'm a senior.
I'm Evan Hewitt, and I'm a junior.
Evan, go ahead and hold on to it here. Another year of wrestling here. You guys are getting ready to come up on your alpha and things like that. There's a lot of new rules coming to the sport of wrestling. 3-point takedowns now, new near fall system, out of balance lines. For each of you, how does that change the way you guys want to wrestle?
Honestly, it makes me just want to pick up the pace and speed up the match more. Set the match at my pace. Really, yeah.
Logan, what about you?
I think it's going to change it a lot. Matches will be faster. It just depends who wants to work harder, get it done.
Yeah, it's going to change a lot for me on top. The 4-point near fall is going to really help, especially when I ride legs. So 3-point takedown's all right, doesn't really affect me.
You got to turn the guy to get the 4-point near fall.
I feel like the 4-point near falls are really going to affect how the match ends in point rise, and you're going to get up a lot more, and it's going to be about 8-0 by the end of the match.
Hopefully that's where you'll be at, right?
Yeah.
So for you, it's a girl. You're a girl in the girls division of the sport. Talk a little bit about how that goes, because I know this is like your second or third year wrestling, but your family's been wrestling for, I don't know, 50,000 years, it seems like, especially with your grandpa. So talk a little about how the girls' experience is for you.
So women's wrestling has really grown over the past few years, and this is the 4th year they're having the state tournament for women's. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it's just like I get a lot of support from the team, and it's not really like I'm just like the only girl on the team. We're a family, and they think of me as a teammate and not just another girl on the team.
And look it up there, you see Avery, who made it to the state finals. That's obviously the ultimate goal for you, right?
Yes.
All right, guys, tell me a little bit about some of the meets that you guys are looking forward to this year, all of you. Tell me one meet that you guys are all looking forward to.
Obviously, the big meet at the end, around Christmas time, the holiday tournament, the big one. I mean, I fell short last year in the blood round, so hopefully I can get a podium this time.
Logan, what about you?
I'm just looking forward to state this year. So just got my eyes on the prize, really.
I'll probably have to say holiday as well. Didn't do too good last year. I'm looking to see more improvement this year.
Olivia, which one are you looking forward to the most?
State finals.
There we go. I like that answer. All right, so for the seniors, that's all right. For the seniors, guys, you guys are going to be graduating, obviously, in May. What are your plans right now after graduation?
Well, I'm going to go into nursing school either at Otterbein or BGSU.
Logan, what are you going to do?
I'm planning on going into corrections right out of high school, get a job, probably going to police academy after that.
All right, one last question. This one's going to be a fun one. We'll start with you and work our way back down. Favorite show to binge watch?
Honestly, I don't really watch too much shows.
What about warm-up song? What's your favorite warm-up song?
I honestly don't really have
You don't even have one either? All right, we'll move on. Logan, what about you? Favorite show to binge watch?
Probably Outer Banks.
There you go.
That's just easy answer. Sarah Banks.
Yeah, my favorite show is probably like Curious George or SpongeBob.
Curious George or SpongeBob? That sounds about right. Olivia, what about you?
I like Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, good. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for taking the time out of your schedules, and we wish you the best of luck for this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take it over to Chip here, and he has our next sport coming up next.
With our new and returning, is that right?
Yes.
Dive coach Dev Resbeck, Coach Resbeck, welcome for another season. I say new and returning, it's because we didn't have dive last year. It's been a year. We didn't have any divers, but we have one this year, and she's a freshman. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Sophia Dooley, great kid, great student, very enthusiastic about learning how to dive, and quick learner, trying to pick a lot of different dives up, and I have great expectations for her and for her success this year.
Well, again, we're fortunate. We have a swim team and a dive team in the summer.
We are.
So we get some of those kids that want to come back. And last year, the first year, and for as many years as I've been here, that we didn't have a dive, or at least one person that wanted to dive.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that back. But dive's a little different. Just to remind people, it's not like a basketball or a soccer schedule where you have a team and everybody shows up. We kind of go to, sometimes we piggyback off of swim meets, there's other just individual dive meets.
Correct.
And they score them by judging. It's not a ball and a basket, and the ball goes in, it scores, the one with the most points at the end wins. This is judging, and so there's a little bit more that goes into diving. Talk a little bit about scoring and how that is different than some of the others.
How diving is different from swimming, and I had a background in both. A diver needs to build up their portfolio of dives, and we start at 6 and try to progress to 11. Hopefully further than
6
that.
6 dives in a meet.
Correct. And we have to get dives, front dives, back dives, in the reverse category, on also the twist. And then they have to practice these dives. We have also a dive a week, which means they change per week. We can't keep the same type of schedule. Diving is focused on the approach, how one enters the water, and how one finishes that dive.
Right.
Is their body
Less
aligned
splash.
with the water? Correct. Less of a splash, how close they are to the board. And it really is something that takes a lot of strength and a lot of being willing to stand out there and do that kind of actions. It's a tough sport.
We are fortunate to have kids here in Piqua that want to dive, because not every school has
Yes.
that. So, and we're fortunate to have you that are willing to coach, and also being in the building as a teacher. It helps as well. Keeps those relationships with those kids. They know where to go, and she knows, Miss Dooley knows that she can count on you in the building. And you practice right here. And,
Yes,
and
we
you
do.
noticed, probably in the background, you'll be able to see a diving
dive board,
which
new
is
facilities.
a little different. We had 2 at the other one. Now we've got 1. We've had to adjust that a little bit, but we've done very well with that, and we'll look forward to a good year for diving. And
Of course, and hopefully build and grow with it.
welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate being back.
Good luck, Deb. All right, we're
Take
going to
care.
talk to swimming when we return. We are at the brand new YMCA. It is actual media day, as we are here talking a little bit about boys and girls swimming and diving. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. How about this beautiful place?
It's awesome. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's we've got more room. Usually we're specced up and worried if someone's going to push us in.
Yep.
We have avoided that.
Yes, we have.
But in all seriousness, let's go back a little bit about this. Actually, it just opened up this summer.
Yes,
We're-
early August.
We are in the first month of its season.
Yes, yes.
I'm sure this has been fun for you. You have two hats. A lot
Right,
of people don't
right.
know this. While you're the head coach, Betsy, you're also the aquatics director here at the YMCA, so you're in charge of a lot of different things. We won't get into that, but
Oh, good.
it's
we
a
don't
lot.
have enough
Yeah,
time for
yeah.
that.
But if you wouldn't mind, talk a little bit about the transition, about the aquatic center, and what we hope to be doing this year, not just in terms of pickle swimming, but just in general.
Okay. Well, it was kind of an easy transition. That building is old. So it was very easy to just move the stuff, not easy physically, but move over here to the new building and then the fantastic new facility that we have. And I'm anxious to get swim teams started, having some meets over here, and looking forward to the season at the new facility.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm sure this will do in time is to hopefully attract people to want to participate and swim and those things. Katie, as you're a coach and a teacher at the school that we talked about last year, you're also an alumnus swimmer. So when you get to see this, I'm sure you're probably like, boy, I wish I had this when I swam.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
What's the, from your standpoint, what is it like a difference in swimming in a new facility and something like that? Katie, if you don't mind talking a little about that from your standpoint.
I just think it's exciting to swim in a new facility. I mean, it's nothing new for the kids. It's a pool, it's water, but just being in a brand new facility where they have more room, I think that's pretty awesome. And
the lighting.
Yeah.
How about the lighting?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the old pool, nothing against it. It was just like dim lighting, but here you can actually see what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think once we get a first swim meet in here, like the kids are going to be really excited to keep swimming in here.
Well, let's transition into the season. We've got a senior heavy group this year.
We sure do.
And some good seniors. So talk a little bit about our team as far as girls first, and then we'll talk about the boys.
Okay. Well, we've got several returning senior girls, of course, and I think we're looking for a strong showing from them. There are several that are really pretty good, and we expect quite a bit out of them this season.
Yeah. Kate, I'm going to let you talk about the boys a little bit. You know, you've got a group of boys that are returning, but I'm also seeing one over there, new senior boy. He's used to running, and Noah Bird. But talk a little bit about our boys.
Same thing Betsy said about the girls. I think it's a strong showing for the guys. We have quite a few that are returning, and obviously, like you said, we have Noah, who's brand new for us, but we've already seen him in the pool, and we're excited to see him continue and grow in the sport. Even though it's not like his main sport, we're excited to see how he does in it.
Well, he's an athlete, and
of course.
he'll have a chance to. He'll have just to learn well, as we were talking about, the conditioning for swimming is a lot different than running. But let's talk about our probably our best swimmer returning. He's a sophomore, Holden, and he had a great year. Anticipating having another great year. What's it like to have someone like that back on our team?
It's great. Well, I look for him to go back to districts this year and break some more school records, like he broke several last year. So I look forward to seeing him have some great accomplishments this winter.
Yeah, and we should talk real quick. Our district for girls and boys, this is a very competitive district.
Very competitive.
So you get a lot of people out of our district end up moving on and winning state competitions.
Yes.
So to get to the districts is quite an accomplishment. Feat.
Right. And like you said, it's very full of great swimmers that, a lot of them win state and go on and swim in college. So it's a great fun to watch those kids swim too.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to watching them in a new venue and having opportunity to get meets, and they can watch some of those here. You'll actually get some action here on the Indian Nation station. Ladies, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
We're going to come back. We're going to talk to some of those swimmers, senior swimmers, when we return. We are now with our senior swimmers, and they are going to introduce themselves.
My name is Ashlyn Gerhart.
Lucy Weiss.
Lorelai Manson.
Evan Clark.
Evan, I'm going to let you hold it. You guys are coming back. You guys have we're transitioning from fall. I see a lot of fall sport athletes, and as we're coming back into winter, it's hard to believe that time is here. Swimming is a little different. You got a new swimming pool, first of all. That's pretty exciting. So we'll talk about that a little bit, and then I'd also like to talk about some things maybe that you guys are looking forward to this year. So let's talk first about the new digs, so to speak, the new swimming pool. What's it like for you guys to be here? Is it any different for you, or is it about the same?
It's definitely a little bit different. The walls are a little different, but it's a lot nicer just to have a bright room, a more happy feeling mood almost.
Yeah, Lorelai?
Yeah, I definitely like the windows. It feels nicer to have some sunlight. Yeah. Other than that, it's all good.
It's finally nice to just have a new pool and not the old one.
Oh, yeah.
The water's 10 times colder here than it was at the old
Is
pool.
it colder? That makes you swim faster, right?
Yeah.
This year, for you guys, what are some goals and some things you're looking forward to?
To break 118 in my 100 breast and break my school record in the 100 IM again.
My goal is just to have fun.
To swim a 107 in my 100 fly.
To have a good relay, have some fun on the relay, and have some good personal bests and maybe some qualifying times even.
Hey, you guys realize you got a chance to do some special things. Yeah. Lucy, I missed yours. What did you say your goal was?
Just have fun.
To have fun. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the most important one. Before we wrap up, I would like you guys just to kind of share with me to this point what swimming is for you guys, what it is, because for some of you, it may not necessarily be your favorite sport, but it's also a sport that you guys have come in and done a lot of things to. So, what about swimming do you enjoy?
I just like being able to get in and do some work, a little bit different because I like to run, so it's a lot different than running, but it feels good and it's really good for your body.
I love swimming because it's consistent and it's hard work, and you just have to what you put in is what you get out of it.
Yeah.
I like swimming just because I get to hang out with my friends.
In cold water.
I enjoy being able to swim with my friends at school and compete against some of my best friends from other teams.
Well, one thing I can say about you guys do work hard, and that reflects in your times and those things. And I certainly wish you guys, I know all the Indian Nation Station wishes you all the best your senior year. Good luck. Have fun with it.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to wrap it back up. I think we're going to wrap it back up in the gymnasium when we return. Welcome to the 2024-25 winter seasons. We are at Media Day. Our first coach today is our head boys basketball coach, Coach Brett Kopp. Brett, you just had to remind me, this is the 4th year. That's hard to believe. It's gone pretty fast because it's, I guess, just been a fun ride so far.
Yeah, going on year 10, year 4 at Piqua. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Still enjoying it.
Coach, part of the things that I think have made your experience so good here at Piqua is not just the teams that you have, but the kids that you have. You've got some good kids, fun kids to watch. This year's team isn't going to be any different. Talk a little bit about what the 24-25 team might shape out to be.
We got a bunch of kids with great attitudes. They're willing to come in and work, kind of setting that foundation of what we need to be successful. They're going to compete, and that's really all we're looking for night in and night out is people to compete.
Coach, just a little bit that I've seen so far in just practices and just a little scrimmages. We've got some guys that are coming back, obviously, some experience. Talk a little bit about those guys and what they're going to bring for us.
We had some growing pains last year. I mean, we got some bigs that are big coming back in Jason, Isaiah. We got Jack, who's going to be new to the varsity level. Having Jay back as a point guard after a year under his belt as a freshman is going to be very beneficial to us. Drake's coming back from an injury. So we got older guys, some experienced, some not, but we're excited for what we can do.
Size-wise inside, I mean, we got some guys that are some space eaters, but some guys that can do some things in the post that really helps you out on a rebounding standpoint, not just scoring.
Yeah, we got to play inside out, and there'll be some nights where our best offense is an offensive rebound.
Yeah.
That's just something we gotta own and really emphasize in practice.
Basketball a little different than some of the other sports. Your 22-game schedule, 18 of the 22 are MVL contests. So every game really it does mean something. Talk a little bit about what that means as far as our league, and you know, you play everybody twice, so again, each game has a value to it.
Yeah, our league, it's night in, night out. You don't know, you got good teams. You don't know what to expect really. You know, but it's a big deal. If you want to win the league, you can't have an off night at all throughout the year.
Coach, as we look at our non-league schedule, because we get 4 of those, we get the holiday tournament. That'll be again a new team this year. We'll have Bell Fountain in there, along of course Troy Christian and Rushi. Yes, can't forget about them. The defending state runner-up. That's been a good tournament, not just for the community, but moreover for us, because it gives us a good gauge, gets to see some different teams and some teams that are pretty good.
Yeah, I like it because we get a chance to scout in a quick 24-hour turnaround. Kids have to kind of comprehend and switch focus from one game to another. We don't have a whole lot of back-to-back, so that's kind of nice. There's different teams. You know, I like seeing the different teams, different styles. Big school, small school, doesn't really matter. And with the expanded divisions, you really got to have those different styles, because come tournament time, there's a lot of different teams that we don't see and haven't seen.
Brett, one more thing before we sign off. I said that before, but the one thing that I look at, this is basketball a little different than this year, is divisions. So we've had 4 divisions. The Ohio High School Athletic Association says now there are 7. So we've gone from Division 1 to Division 3, which essentially being a small D1 now to being a school of playing schools of our size. What does that mean for us in the postseason? What does that mean across the state?
It means I'll never have to watch a Centerville film again or a Wayne film again. No, it kind of, the size of the schools is going to help. It gives people more of a shot to get to that district or to win a tournament game, which is the ultimate goal. I mean, you want to survive and advance, and I've had some success in my career at that level, and I just, trying to get it here from those guys. It's going to be a little bit easier not being in the Division I.
Well, it's going to have a different flavor this year. We'll look forward to it. We certainly wish you guys all the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to be back. We're going to talk girls basketball when we return. With us now is our senior boys ballers. They're going to introduce their name and the position that they play. Go ahead, Jace.
Jace Weber, I play center. Isaiah Martin, center, power forward.
Drake Owen, I play small forward.
Drake, we'll start with you. You guys, a little similar, different uniform, but you all 3 were on the gridiron. For those that don't know what that is, that's football field. You guys are coming in with high expectations from last year, but you guys have spent a lot of time together all year. The reason I say football, not that it's as important, as you guys spent a lot of time together with that season, and you're moving to this season. So how's that transition from football to basketball been for you guys?
Yeah, I think that transition from football to basketball is a lot easier, to be honest, for me, because I think the camaraderie between us is just a smaller group. I think it's just so much closer, and I think we just got a much bigger bond with the team overall instead of like a big football team. We're just so much closer because it's so much smaller.
Isaiah, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are the same as Drake. I think it's a lot easier transitioning into basketball. I think our bond, extremely, us 3, I think our bond translates a lot on the game, basketball court.
Well, I mean, we kind of did grow up with each other, playing since junior high and even younger. But yeah, no, they're mostly right about that. So we do have like a strong bond.
Yeah, and you're playing you're going to play a lot of teams that you've seen guys with on the other side that play football and basketball too. So it's not uncommon, but good, ironic that we've got 3 of you guys here doing that, and that's fantastic. It shows that multi-sport athletes. Coaches, I know a couple of you are looking at playing in college, and they like to see guys playing multi-sports, and that's a great indicator. Guys, talk a little bit about what are you looking forward to most this year?
I mean, really,
could be a game, could be a moment, could be senior night, it could be coming to practice every day.
I don't know about the practice part. I'm not a big practicer. No, I just look forward to having fun and spending time with my team. We all mess around, so that's all you have to do.
Good.
Have fun.
Like Jay said, having fun through the season. I got a few goals this year that I'm planning to come true, but outside that,
give us a couple of those.
So my goals this year is win Player of the Year. for our conference and average 18 and 12. So
Double-double.
Yeah, so if I could average that, then my dreams would be true.
Good.
And yeah, you know, for me, my season got cut short early last year, so I'm really just like hoping to get back out there and just
stay healthy
and get through the season. And yeah, like Jay said, have fun and hopefully get some wins.
Guys, we certainly wish you guys all the best on the floor. Enjoy yourself. It goes fast, and we wish you nothing but the best for Piqua basketball. Yeah. All right, we'll be back. We're going to talk again girls basketball when we return. With us now is our head varsity girls basketball coach, Coach Bruce Vanover, in your third season. Coach, things have changed in girls basketball. We've talked about this a lot. Of course, throughout the course of the year, you know, we have conversations and you can see the trajectory of the program changing just by the mindset. And the scrimmages that we've had this year certainly alludes to that. We've had a good preseason. But preseason just doesn't talk about scrimmaging and practices. It also talks about summer and all that stuff that we put into the time in the summer.
Right.
Coach, talk a little bit about girls basketball before we talk about the 24-25 campaign. Let's just talk about the State of the Union address for Piqua girls basketball.
Well, I think we're in a lot better shape than we've been the last few years. We got 21 girls out at the high school. We've got, I think, 12 at the 7th grade, although we only have 5 at the 8th grade. Those 5 are 5 that are playing basketball and putting a lot of time in. Summer basketball, we probably played 50 games this summer. Doesn't equate to the season, but probably won half those games over the summer, which the first couple of years, that didn't happen. So the summer basketball, the numbers are all headed in the right direction. Doing a lot of different things in the program from top to bottom and looking to continue to grow the program.
One of the things that I've seen, you talk about numbers on participation getting better, no question, that's been better. The other thing that's been getting better is our skill, our development, and our fundamentals.
Yep.
We are much more upped on making sure that we move where we're supposed to be offensively. We understand basketball terminology, where maybe a couple of years we didn't.
Yep.
And not only starting to compete, we're now starting to win some games in our preseason. And,
yes.
And you were talking about even our summer that we weren't doing so earlier. So the idea of competition and wanting to win and the desire to win is really starting to come in place in girls basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of trying to make the statement that the losing stops. And I'm not just talking about winning the game. I'm talking about the aspect of playing the game. Stop losing possessions. You know, we've got to do a lot within the game to win it, and we've made those strides. I told the girls after the scrimmage the other night that you can tell we're coaching differently. After scrimmages, I still have my voice. The first couple years, I didn't quite have a voice once we finished with all the coaching that was taking place on the go, trying to get to the level we're at now, which is where the girls can actually play the game. If you lose a quarter now, it's more than likely because we miss a shot here or there, not because we're turning the ball over 15 times before we get to half court.
Well,
so we've progressed well.
You've said a lot probably you could talk about the 24-25 season, but talk a little bit about this upcoming year and what some of the things you're looking forward to.
I think, you know, for us, it's still a challenge. We've got a nice group of seniors who can lead us in Audrey, and Devea. The problem is the teams that we didn't beat last year didn't graduate a lot. So we've got to go in this year, and we're going to have to we kept those games closer last year, just couldn't win them. We still got to keep them close, but this year I feel like we're in a little bit better position maybe to get a couple wins here and there that, you know, we might not have gotten. Just happens to be one of those years where we've gotten better, but
so
no one, and so is everybody else. So yeah. We've just got to learn to win on the court. I think that's what Piqua girls basketball is. The next step is to learn how to close games out.
Bruce, one thing that Brett and I talked about earlier was one thing that's changed for girls basketball that really I can see impacting positively is the tournament. Now you go from 4 divisions to 7. So from being in a small Division I and having to play a Springboro like we've had the last couple of years in round 1, now you go to a Division III school where you play like-size school.
Yeah, we've got the nice thing about it is a few other teams added in, but a lot of it's our conference. So if we're competing in our conference, it gives us an opportunity to compete, in the tournament now, which on maybe a little bit more of a level playing field, and gives us an opportunity to maybe start getting some wins in the tournament as we go through these next couple years here. So,
Coach, we wish you all the best. I know this year is going to be a year of growth as we continue to grow, but we appreciate your time and certainly wish the Lady Indians all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be back. We're going to talk to some of our girls hoopers when we return. Girls basketball ballers. Introduce your names and positions you play. Go ahead, Beaner.
I'm Audrey Bean, and I'm the point guard.
I'm Aubrey Carroll, and I'm a shooting guard.
My name's Devea Cooper, and I'm a post player.
All right, Devea, I'm going to let you start it. You guys have been through the evolution of girls basketball here the last few years. We've gotten better. We were at one point a team that struggled, and while we aren't necessarily running the table going undefeated, we're in games a lot more close than before. And the other thing that I've seen is you guys are in positions where you guys really put a lot of time into basketball in the offseason, and it shows. It means you like one another and you like the coaches.
Yep.
Or you're crazy. Maybe they're all three the same. I don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure. All
Talk
three.
a little bit about basketball and how you've seen basketball get better for you, Devea. Well, from your perspective.
Basketball has gotten better with me by attending Sunday shootings, going to the summer camps, and putting in the work.
Yeah, you are putting in the work. See, Sundays. You don't have to be here on Sundays, but you come.
Yeah. I was about to say, for me, I'm working in the gym all the time. Anytime I can get in the gym.
True gym rat.
I know. I'm lucky enough to have coaches to let me in the gym whenever I want. So it's just really about getting in the gym and working hard.
I just like to come here and have fun. Yeah, working hard is fun.
Well, Bean, you had a good summer. You ended up going to team camp that you were referring to, and then I think you made what they call an all-star team, then you went to Chicago and played. So I think you're doing more than just having fun, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, one of the things, though, as we're talking about, all three of you, I'm looking at you, and you're all three multi-sport athletes. You do more than just play basketball. I'm looking at you, Beaner, you're a 3-sport athlete. Aubrey, you're a 2-sport athlete. Devea, you're a 17-sport athlete. I say that, but it's important. And do you find that to help you guys? Answer that question one at a time. Go ahead, Bean.
So I feel like being a multi-sport athlete just works more parts of my body. I feel like all my muscles are engaged every part of the season.
Yeah.
But I'm really sore.
I was about to say, I'd say the same thing too. Doing different sports help work different muscles and help prevent injuries. So.
And different relationships with different people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Different coaches, different types of teammates you can have.
They both took the words out of my mouth. I completely agree with both of them.
Spoken very well, Devea. Give me something you guys are looking forward to this year. Could be a game, could be a situation, could be a practice, or just several things. What are some things you're looking forward to?
The only thing that I am looking forward to this season is beating Troy.
Dang it. Amen to that, Veo. We got a Troy game at home. Third game of the season, actually. Yeah, excited for that one. Right before Christmas or Thanksgiving break, too.
Well, they took mine.
You can use the same one.
Wait, I'm gonna think of one. I'm excited for senior night.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, you're probably gonna.
It's hard to believe that you guys are seniors. You guys have been here a long time and put your time in, and we certainly wish you guys all the best, because you guys are going to have a great year.
Thanks. Yes, thank you.
All right. We're wrapping up our winter sports media day here. Again, you can come and watch the games here at Garby Gymnasium. You can catch the schedules on the MVL website or the Piqua City Schools website. You can also catch games on the Indian Nation station right here on YouTube. Hey, and remember those three important words as we say them all together.
We are Piqua!